Okay, welcome back. Just had supper. Thought I'd come on here and just do a few things. First thing I want to address is I went to the store yesterday. Dale happened to be at his desk. I was like, "Hey, Dale, like, you wouldn't happen to have one of these oil fill caps, would you? If you guys remember, this thing had, get it out of there. There we go. This thing was cracked. You can see, and it had this wonky O-ring in it thing that shouldn't be there, but see the crack? So I said, "Hey, Dale, you ain't happen to have one of these, do you?" He said, "Hold on a second. Let me check my purse." Minute or two later, look at that. He had one. So let's see if it fits. Well, it fits, but it's kind of loose. What if there's something I can just bend down here? Make it tight. Looks like there's just these little fingers on the sides, right there on the side. Or if I can just tweak them down with a pair of pliers to tighten that up. Let me try it. Sorry about my microphone, guys. I don't know. I bought a cheapie. This thing that's hanging on my glasses here. Bought a cheapie just off eBay because I wasn't sure if I was going to be a full-time YouTuber or not. So I bought a cheapie just to say that I had one, and it's already malfunctioning. So it's got a little something loose inside. So I have another one, a different one coming. But for today, it's the only one I got. So there. Oh, did I go too much? It's still a little loose. Here, let me show you guys. Still kind of. I'm going to take this back, put it back in Dale's purse because it's not a good one. So, well, it's worth a try, I guess. Wonder if I can go to the Mark at the parts counter and just get a new one. All right, well, guess I got more to do with that. The next thing I want to address, it took me a bit, but I was asking around, and I want to know what this bolt is for. I don't like touching anything on this injector pump because I know zero about injector pumps. But I'm looking at this bolt, and I'm quite sure that is not supposed to be like that. So I asked around, specifically Dale, and he said that's not supposed to be a bolt. He goes, there's supposed to be a little line in there. He wallowed around his purse and found me one. It's a plastic line. It just goes in there. He wasn't sure what it did. This is a banjo bolt. It's a banjo bolt style of connector. This bolt does have a pinhole in the side, so whatever is in that hole either needs to be drained or vented or something. So I'm sure after this video gets posted on YouTube, I'll probably get some comments, or at least the guys at work will tell me what it does. But only thing I know is that bolt does not belong in there, and this thing does. So let's see if we can get that bolt out. I'm a little nervous that hopefully that's not destroyed. I'm not gonna lie, I think the bolt that I have and that bolt, they might not be the same thread. I'm hoping somebody didn't just full send that, and I don't know. I'm a little nervous. Let's go easy on the bolt. See if it comes out. Okay. For the record, This is a 1/2 inch wrench. Before I unpaused my camera, I had the 9/16 in my hand. Guess what? It doesn't fit this bolt. 1/2 inch does. I'll try to stay out of the way. Last video, you guys were looking at the back of my shoulder a lot. I apologize for that. Well, actually, that turned fairly easy. Oh, well. It actually came out 4 or 5 threads, so does that mean somebody actually found a bolt that happened to be the same thread as that hole? Okay, now, I'm not sure. This is kind of long, and I don't know where it goes. I think it's supposed to be straight, but I don't see an obvious place for it. So I don't know if it goes that way. I don't know if it goes that way. There's not any instructions with this, so I have a feeling no matter what I do, I think I'll be taking this back out someday to get it right, because I think I have it wrong. Well, I was afraid of that. I lack about the thickness of the washer to having that. I don't want to just send it. Let me get a mirror, see if I can see anything in there. You know what I think I'm going to do? I'm going to turn this bolt into a tap. Appears to be in good shape. I'm going to take this banjo bolt over to my thread checker. Let's figure out what this thread is. And if this thing happens to be the same thread, let's wire wheel this up. Let's cut a slot in that. See if we can turn this into a thread chaser. Give me a second. Okay, went and checked. These threads, in fact, are different. Somebody jammed a bolt in that hole that they shouldn't have. This is an 8mm. They're both 8mm, but this one is 1.0. What is that? Threads per. Well, anyway, it's an 8x1. This is an 8x1 1/4. So this bolt is not the same thread as that. So that bolt will not work as a thread chaser. I do not want to force this. So before I destroy anything, let me see if I can find me an 8x1.0 tap. And let's actually do this right. That injector pump's probably not cheap. So run a little bit of a hole there. I don't even know what that does. But anyway, there's a couple other things we can do. So for now, we're going to be on standby with that. So hold on. Okay, the next thing that I would like to tackle, I have excellent news. Maple Grove got the battery tray done. So I know it's painted black, but honestly, I don't think you're going to see it. But there it is. So that is great. Turned out well. Dale tells me these battery trays are, when you find them, they're all rotted. Apparently you can buy new ones, but this one was actually in really good shape. There's no holes in it. So Maple Grove did a great job sandblasting it. Shot it with a little paint, and here we go. So I asked Dale. I said, Dale, where's this pinch? Can you guys see that? Let me look. Oh yeah. I say, Dale, where's this pin at? So he rummaged through his fanny pack and he found it. I said, Dale, what in the world do you want me to do with that? He said, this is what was in it. And he did not have this pin. I was shocked because he's had a lot of these treasures apart, and he did not have it. So this is what he handed me. But if any of you have ever watched any of my videos, you know this is going in the scrap metal barrel. Junk. So this is just a 3/4 inch pin here. If I measure that, looks to be about 7.5 inches long or so. Let me go to the supply closet, see if we got a pin. I, of course, am going to keep these washers because there's nothing wrong with washers. Okay. Supply closet pays off again. Just happen to have this 7.5 inch long pin with a cotter pin hole in the bottom. Lucky me. Appears to be the right length. The only thing is, it's just got this bushing on the top. So, I'll run this over to the welder. I'm going to lay a bead of weld around here. We'll flap wheel that off just to turn this into a draw pin. And then we'll have our pin. So, let me go do that. Okay. This little pin made. Minor detail, but this edge of this battery tray, is in the way of my pin, so I need a flat spot on it. Okay, one flat spotted pin. Okay, that looks good. Now, supposedly, when you put a battery in here, you'll be able to just swing that battery over here out of the way, cables and all. So if you have to get to the injectors or whatever, valve cover, or simply just to get the battery off. So there's our battery tray. Well, that turned out really good. Okay, let's go get the battery. Holy cow. Oh, well, now I see why it swings out. Have to swing it out to get the battery in it. There. Little wing nut here flips up to hold it secure. Okay. Let me dig through Dale's pile of plunder back here. I was pretty sure I saw a battery hold down somewhere. I can't believe this battery's going to go too far being under that pipe. But let me look. I thought I saw something. So I was right. This just has a pump in it here. I wonder what that's for. I don't know what the hump is for. My battery is totally flat from one end to the other. So let's take this over to the vise and clean these shreds up, get them nuts loose, and let's tie her down. Okay. I would love to hear this thing roll over. I got this little starter button that I borrowed from Chris, one of the guys down at the store. Just for fun. Let's see if it rolls over. Run both gear levers are in neutral. I'm scared. Let's just bump it, see what it does. It did something. Okay, well, guess what? It rolls over. That is good. I'm gonna go to the other side. Watch the, let's go to the other side and see if the pressure gauge is moving. Oh, probably should take that off the turbo, huh? Not that it was ready to fire, but right now that I have that plastic cover off, this thing decides to get away. Got a 2x6 here. We'll just seal that right off with that. So this is our emergency 2x6. Let's stick it right there in the front, so if we need it. All right, let's roll it over again. Let's see if got any fuel oil pressure. Where's that coming from? Oh my. Guess that's pretty good if that's the only drip we got. Well, I guess we gotta go into that cover right there. Don't know what's in there. I honestly thought that was part of the well, I guess it can't be the transmission because there's the black. All right, well, let's go in there and see if we can figure out why that's leaking. Might need a gasket. I suppose if that's my only leak, that's probably a good thing. Okay, these for sure 9/16. Come on, 9/16. Oh yeah, 2 in a row. Well, it was tight. So I was hoping I was gonna find these were just loose, but yep. Wants the washer. Come back here. Well, it's been cleaned up. That's a brand new gasket. But there's a hole in it. What do you guys think of that? This is a brand new gasket, so I can see where Dale put a new gasket in it. See the oil drizzling out? Here, let me get you guys over here. Might need to call in a... This gasket has a hole in it. And the oil is just running right out of it, so... But there's no place for the oil to go in this cover. So... I'm gonna have to, This is a... Don't know what to do here. So... Take a couple of pictures of that and show the guys, and... Have to phone in a friend on that one, I guess. Okay, it's the next day. I've left this battery charger on the battery all night. That thing's probably going to live on there till it runs. Last night I talked to Dale on the phone, asked him about this hole. He didn't remember there being a hole. But him and I took a vote. We agreed we're just going to put some RTV goop on that, just to plug that. This is ultra black gasket maker oil resistant. Just happen to have this in the supply closet. So I hope it's right. It's the only part of this gasket or this plate that was leaking. I'm just going to put it right there. Didn't take the time to set up my tripod because I actually have to run to town, but I have 20 minutes to kill here. And I wanted to get this gasket material. It's a pain with only one hand. I wanted to get this gasket material on there and setting for the morning, so when I come back at lunchtime. Today is Saturday, by the way. I only have a few minutes. And they got a new guy coming down to the store looking for a job. I happen to be short-handed. This fella that stopped in just to talk to me before he took a credit app, he's a big fella. Takes quite a big guy to be a tire guy, so it's not ultimately up to me. I'm not in charge of hiring. But I talked to him, and I think he'd be a good fit, so as long as he talks the boss the way that he talked to me, I think we'll be good to go. Might have another guy giving me a hand. Just to make sure these are... I don't trust some battery tools too much. Okay, so that's good. I think as long as that goop is as wet as it is, I don't think there's any rush in me trying to crank this thing over. So maybe you can. I don't know if you can crank right away while that gasket material is setting up or not, this stuff. But I have to go to town anyway, so I'll just deal with that when I come back. Half day today, Saturday. So lunchtime, hopefully we'll be getting some smoke. So let's see how it goes. Okay, welcome back. Today is Saturday, March 1st, actually. And I got about 3 hours time here. We are going to start this sucker. A couple of quick things. I'd asked Dale about this oil cap here. See how loose that is? It's like there's nothing there. He's like, what? I thought that was a good one. So, Dale, oh, here it is. It was in my pocket. He reached in his purse, got another one. Says he's got a whole bucket of these things. So he said, try that one. Well, oh yeah. That was nice and tight. Nice job, Dale. That one worked great. So there's that. The other thing I'd like to update on this dipstick here, earlier in the video, or maybe last video, I kind of lose track. But you remember it had the word add There was the word add, and then the line, a space, and then the word full. We have a Ford 5000 down at the store. It's our yard tractor. I pulled the dipstick out on that. I thought there would be a line below the word full. I was wrong. So there was the word add, a line, and then the word full, and then another line. So the word full is actually submerged in the oil, according to that dipstick. And I think this is the same engine. So right before I turned the camera on, I added about a quart and a half of engine oil to this thing. Plus, don't forget, I had this leaky cover here that I put goop on. So I did lose some fluid. So I'm above the word full now. I got my cap on there. So I'm going to put you guys up on the toolbox. I'm going to make sure the injector lines are cracked. I'm going to swing that battery out of the way. We're going to crank. I got the battery charger plugged back in to help with that. Keep an eye on the temperature of that starter. We need to get this thing running. So let's go. Okay, let's swing this battery out so I can get to those injector lines. I also have these injector lines here on top of the pump loose, but Corey happened to be at the store today. Today's Saturday. He was there, and I said, hey. And he told me to not bother. He said that was a waste of time. He said just tighten them up, worry about up top. So I'm going to go get my light. Hold on. That better? All right, let's tighten up these 4 injector lines. Okay. Corey also said to push the extra fuel button here, but I have to have one of the guys look at that. I don't think that's working. They said turn the fuel on, which is ahead, half throttle, which I'm actually at full throttle up there. They said when you push this in, Dale said the same thing. When you push this button in, it increases the fuel. But they both said that I would hear it click in or it would stay in, but the button doesn't stay in. It spring loads right back out. So I think whatever that feature is on this particular pump is not working. So I don't know. I guess for now, maybe I'll hold it in while I'm cranking. That probably won't do nothing, but oh, I'm going to need that wrench. Eventually, when I get fuel up here up top, I'm going to leave it on the battery. So got engine oil topped off, battery charger on, water in it. Let's make her go. And after it starts, probably going to smoke me out. I got an exhaust fan on. Worst case, I'll crack the door. So let's see what it does. I also have my 2x6 on the front of the tractor in case I got to snuff it out. Hopefully it doesn't run away. Let's see what we got. Oh, just saw my first drip of fuel. Number 2. I have fuel. Any second, she's going to be running. Let me check the starter, make sure it ain't hot. Oh, no, that thing is still, it's warm, but it ain't hot. I got fuel dripping out of number 4. I had these open like 3 turns. I'm just going to open them up a half a turn. The only one doesn't have any fuel is number 1. But I got fuel on number 2, 3, and 4. Okay. We got fuel finally coming out of number 1. I have number 3 and 4 closed. That starter getting hot. Not quite. It's got fuel on it now, so it's smoking. Got smoke in the stack. Oh man, this is exciting. She's about ready to let her go. A little nervous about the throttle. He had it unhooked. So who knows if the linkage is tight or loose. I'm nervous. I think I'm going to take that throttle down about half. Be ready to reach up and grab it if I have to. All right, I'm going to close. I got 2, 3, and 4 closed. Fuel dripping out of number 1. Let me give that starter a break. Ooh, it's hot now. I got fuel everywhere over the motor. And I think the band is loose on my elbow that I made because I got smoke coming everywhere. I feel like it should be running. We have white smoke. I don't know. There's a lot of diesel smoke coming out of the exhaust, so it's definitely getting fuel. It's getting air. I don't know, boys. I cracked every one of them open and I got fuel spraying everywhere. I'm gonna let that starter cool down. There's so much smoke, I would think that thing would have to be running. The fact that there's smoke tells me that I got fire, so it's definitely getting combustion. I don't know. Don't know. Frustrated though.